Hi, it's Lynette here. So can you say hello? I think Bobby just said hello. I want to come on and do a quick low-buy update. Now, hello. I try and buy everything using my second bank card that I have, my Monzo card. And I'll do a wee video today a little bit about how I do that. Are you climbing up? Good girl. I brought Poppy through with me because she was in the other room shouting on me. I thought I'd bring her through. And the plan was that I could go through that and talk a little bit about what I've spent this month. However, I thought I'm going to go and just use a little notebook that I had kind of lying around in the house. It's just going to become my spending diary. So with whatever account I use, if I use my main account or if I use my Monzo card. So when I talk about my Monzo card, I put my weekly budget, I put my monthly budget on my Monzo card for anything that isn't household spending or bills. And by household spending, it would be things usually like, it would just be anything that comes out of house expenditure. So, trying to think, my milk, for example, that gets delivered, window cleaning, just, you know, the regular kind of things that you might have outside of your bills. So anything that kind of comes out regularly that's to do with the house is not in my Monzo, it is purely my budget. So my budget for the month, I split that up and I send the portion over to my card once a week. Generally tend to do that on a Friday and used to leave it. So what used to happen when I tried to budget is I'd get paid on the Thursday, the last Thursday of the month, and then I'd go to Boots, I'd go to Superdrug, I'd go for something to eat, I'd do this, I'd do that, and then I'd be like, well, I'm going to start my budget from Monday. But by that point I'd already spent a fortune on the Friday. So I thought, how am I going to kind of balance this? So it's been a little bit easier working from home, although online shopping's quite addictive, to be honest with you. So I thought I'll just split it up, but the money comes into my Monzo on a Friday. So I thought that's the fairest way, that's the day that I'm most likely to spend my money over the weekend or, you know, when I get paid. So I decided to do that. However, kind of keeping account of it has not been as straightforward as I thought. So I haven't gone over and above my budget for the month at all, which is fine, which is the point of me basically doing the low buy. And it's also to stop me buying as much. Hello. However, this month I've spent a lot of money on kind of food shops outside of the kind of weekly shop. Trying to think what else I spent my money on. This one here, but she came out of, it was really good actually because I had 2 council tax free months because I pay over 10 months. So that kind of helped. But her overall bill came to about £600, the second bill. So that was for CT scan, blood work and medication. So the first lot of tests were about £100 and odd, and then the CT scan and everything was about 600. So they had quoted me up to 900, but that was only if they needed to give her an anaesthetic, which, because she's only got one lung, is really quite dangerous and quite tricky. So they managed to get the CT scan without having to do that. So it was over and done within like 40 minutes. So Brandon and I had gone for something to eat and we got a call saying, can you come collect her? Literally just sat down. You do a wee ballerina stretch. Yeah, I've moved my ear quickly because she can actually just decide to bite your ear. Yep, you just be your friend for 1 minute and bite your ear the next and fly off. So yeah, I'm going to keep a note of what I'm spending here. I'm not really too fussed as long as it doesn't go over kind of like the allocated budget amount. So what did I actually spend my money on outside of food, which would be really boring if I was to tell you what food I bought. Nobody needs to know I went to the Co-op about 10 times. And the thing is, I do a weekly shop, but when there's things you think, oh, I'll pop into the Co-op and I'll get this, you always pick up more than you need. So I'm going to try and not do that as often. I bought a spray, a water spray thing for the plants upstairs because I've got a fern and that needs to be misted, so I got that. I also bought a new it's like one of these flash speed mops. So I've got one of those, but it just that I'm not a fan of that, to be honest with you. But it's got the pad, the cloth pad, that's reusable that you just wash, and it's got the spray bottle on it and the trigger. So I find that really, really easy to use. So when I'm this one's really, really messy. So once I've kind of swept up and hoovered, I can just spray it. What I tend to do with the pad is I wet the pad in some disinfectant or whatever I'm using, pop that so it's not too damp, and then I use the spray, and it kind of does her area really, really quickly. I still go over with the mop, but it just means I can do it more regularly and I'm not having to carry the mop bucket around. So it's great for that. It's great for upstairs as well in the bathroom, because you just pop a pad on, you know, clean the floor, chuck it in the washing machine, that's it done. Oh, you copy me, blithering away. So what else did I buy? I bought the Depop Mystery makeup bag. Now, I know I said I wasn't going to be buying any makeup, but it was a really, really good price, and I was absolutely over the moon with that. I also ordered one for my mum, which she loved. What else did I buy? I also bought my mum a flat mop because she was admiring mine. She actually saw it, just saw it in one of my videos in the background. So I just ordered her one. What else did I get? Oh, the Tropic. I got the body lotion and the body pebble. Now, I did not need any body lotion. So that was a classic example of me just saying, oh yeah, I'll buy it. So I need to remember I don't need body lotion. However, the body pebble, there's a fellow kind of YouTuber who commented on my video, Natalie Foster, and she said the pebble's absolutely great. They use it for everything, and I think she even uses it on her baby. So I was kind of glad to hear that, and it's massive. It's like a big muckle thing, and Kay had said to me that you can use it to wash your hair as well. So I think that's been a good buy, so I was glad I got that. Yeah, so going forward, I've also bought a few things from Vintage. I'm going to do a vintage haul for you, so it's mainly, there's been a couple of pairs of boots that were brand new, a handbag, some jackets, a coat. So it's things that I kind of like wanted to replace that I've thrown away, or well, given to the charity shop that I wanted to replace, but I didn't want to spend too much money because I am trying to lose weight. So I thought Vintage was a kind of really good solution to that. I know you could probably go around charity shops and you're not paying postage, but for me it's ideal because it's all in the one place. We've got loads of fantastic stuff, really, really cheap, good prices. You do have to add on postage and packaging, and there's also a 0.75% buyer's protection fee that you can add on. Slightly cheaper if you get it delivered to a store rather than to your home. However, yeah, I don't feel bad about that, because that is things that in my head I tell myself that I need. But as long as I'm sticking to my budget, then I think I'm sticking to my low buy. So yeah, so next month I'll kind of use this, and I can come and I can tell you how well I've done. But what I will say is we have paid off Poppy's bill, which is the main achievement. We paid off the second bill, the third bill which came in, which is for the antifungal and the antibiotic, which was £35. They phoned me as well to pay for the special delivery, so it made me laugh. So they said, oh, it'll be £9.99 special delivery, and I was like, oh, can you not just add that to the bill? And they were like, no, we take payment before we post it. Fair enough. Special delivery arrived and it was like £6.66, and I thought, yeah, they've charged me like £3.33. I just thought, they've added money onto something, and I know somebody had to phone me and get my details, but I just thought, an absolute racket, the money that they can make, these places. Anyway, so apart from maybe needing some Loxicom, and occasionally nebulizing, because she stopped actually coughing. She's not breathless anymore. She's flying really, really well. She's flying higher as well. She's flying for longer. She's flying further. And the other day there, she flew into the kitchen beside my kettle. So I need to make sure that that's never left with hot water in it, in case she hurts herself. That is like having a kind of a toddler that can get into everything. The other week there, I don't know if you follow me on kind of Facebook or Instagram, but I posted pictures. She flew down into the living room and she was climbing up on my TV unit and sitting in there. But there's lots of wires there, so you can't. You've got to be constant. Oh, I hear you, girl. You've got to be constantly kind of making sure she's okay. A couple of weeks ago, I went upstairs, and Stephen was looking after her, and he went to the loo, and when he came down, she flew over to the blinds, and we've got these new wooden blinds, and they're all kind of full of little beak marks, like every single blind. It's just kind of, I think she's worked her way down, but in every single one there's a little dent. It's quite cute, but Steve didn't think it was that cute. And then she also took a bite. The worrying thing was she took a bite out of a plant. So Stephen was kind of furiously kind of Googling whether the plant was toxic or not, but it was fine. I'm sure she would have spat it out rather than eat it, because I can't get her to eat her greens. So, but yeah, so she's been having some really good adventures, enjoying herself, keeping me company. If she can hear me, she will shout on me. So that's why I went to get her before I did the video, because she could hear me in here filming. I was doing my nail polish update, and she could hear me. So I went through and I brought her through with me. So she's just quite happy. I mean, she would actually stay on my shoulder like this all day if I let her. She does like her snuggles, so we just need to make sure like every kind of 10-15 minutes to put her back on her stand so she can do the loo. And have some water or some food. But yeah, she's put on weight as well, so she was severely malnourished, which could have been the infection in her lung. But she's popped on 80 grams, which is amazing. So she went, so she went from 440 to 520. And that was before the antifungal and the antibiotic. That was just the Loxicom and the nebulizer. So yeah, I think she's got years left in her. I really do. Kind of touch wood. But she's doing really, really well. Oh, there's a wee ballerina. Oh, that's so cute. Aren't you pretty? Oh, a wee wing stretch. There we go. And she had a shower as well. I've not showered her in a while because she wasn't well. I just didn't want to kind of put her through the stress, because she's got out the habit of having her weekly shower. So they're really, really dusty parrots. Even after her shower, if I was wearing a black top, I would look like I had a chronic case of dandruff. I would, wouldn't I? Or like where she'll cuddle in, you end up with this powder, this white powder. And if you're somebody that's got any kind of asthma or allergies, I'm allergic to everything. This is a cold though, this isn't allergies. The dander and the dust is not great. So all I do is a damp cloth around the furniture and hoover kind of regularly. And the next step in that is kind of making sure that Poppy's showered regularly and sprayed down. But I've only showered her, I've not sprayed her down. I'd spray her down daily usually, but just because she's not kind of been feeling well, I didn't want to do that. So she had her first shower on Saturday, and I made the mistake of just trying to take her in with me into the shower, and she flew to the door and then got a fright. So what I thought I'd do next time is, because normally we'd just put her in the bath and put the shower over her, but I've got a shower cubicle in my bathroom, and I thought at least that way she won't be able to get out. But what I'll do the next time is I'll take her in, but I'll just put her on the floor of the shower and then kind of get her under the shower now and again. Oh, it was funny. She was up one arm, down the other, on my head, down the back. So yeah, I put her on the floor and she was quite happy there. And then I just picked her up in my hand, put her under, then put her away, back on the floor. Because it's important for her to start to learn that it's fun. So I know this maybe sound a bit disgusting, but sometimes, you know, what I might do is take in some almonds. So that's how I managed to weigh her, was getting her to come close to give her an almond. And when she was on the scale, once I got her weight, giving her the almond. So it was a wee bit of a reward. So they're like kids really, if they realise, or dogs, I think, or any animal that's kind of treat orientated, that they realise that this is fun because they get a treat. So she used to do them. She used to have a shower once a week, and Brandon did it, but he tried it when she came back and he was like, what? She kept flying away and he was worried that she was going to hurt herself. So I think we'll just use my shower and try that again on Saturday, and then kind of once we get into the habit of that, get back into the kind of daily spraying. So it's good for them. It's really good for them to kind of have a good shower. My friend's parrot used to just go under the tap, decide to have a bath. She'll go in her water bowl sometimes, but if hey, I was too quick for you. Yeah, she'll go in her water bowl sometimes. But if I put a big bowl of water on the table, she'll just ignore it or try and drink out of it. So she has to be in the mood, so it's quite hard. So yeah, that's why I put her in the shower. And what she did just there, so Poppy is 16 and she is a loving wee thing, but she will just go for you when, you know, there's no rhyme or reason for it. You know, you saw she was going to bite my finger there. And the reaction, so you do have to have your wits about you. So if I'm sitting cuddling her, I need to kind of make sure that sometimes I'm bad, I'm on my phone or I'm watching TV, but I do need to sit and watch her when I'm petting her, because she will just turn and bite you. And sometimes she'll just bite you and fly off for the fun of it. So yeah, you always have to have your wits about you, because she's a wild animal at the end of the day. So we're going to go, and I'm going to put her back on her stand. This is going to be fun because she will not want to get off my shoulder. So what I will have to do is I'll have to go down to table length, because if I put my hands up to her at the moment and she doesn't want to come down, she'll bite me. So I'll go down to the table with my shoulder and encourage her to hop off. So yeah, sometimes I can be quite strict with her and just say, right, okay, step up if she's mucking around. But not when she's on my shoulder. I'm not going to take any risks. You really do need to be careful as well, because she will have your eye out, honestly. She doesn't mean any harm by it, but she's a wild animal at the end of the day. She's not tame. You know, her father was wild caught, which is really, really sad. Yeah, it is, darling. And pet parrot, so if I was to get a male parrot, I couldn't just expect them to breed because she's a pet. Although she does the hormonal thing, once they become pets, it's like they become too good to do that kind of thing, even though she constantly tries to regurgitate food for me and drops her wings and makes her wee noises, and she loves like my hand, sometimes my toes. I need to be careful if she's feeling amorous. But yeah, you couldn't just breed them. And to be honest with you, I hate it when I see adverts saying, you know, like hand tame baby parrot. They're all hand tame when they're babies. They'll go to anybody when they're babies. When their eyes are black, that's how you know they're babies. They have these jet black eyes. And for the first kind of 9 months, they will go to everybody and anybody. And if anybody knows anything about parrots, that description of hand tame baby parrot is just so misleading. They bond to one person. It doesn't matter what you do, they will bond to one person. And then you can have behavioural problems, especially during their hormonal period, which starts in January and seems to go on forever. So I think January kind of to March, end of March, hopefully that should be the end of it. We did get an implant for Poppy one time. But yeah, you just really need to be careful, just not encouraging nesting behaviour. And they do, I mean, you all have to work at it if you're getting a baby parrot. You know, your parrot will bond with one person, but you do really need to work at it so that you other people are used to picking it up. But once you get a bite, which is a learnt behaviour, parrots don't bite each other in the wild. Once you get a bite, it can make you quite scared. So then you kind of put your hand up and you're a bit hesitant, and she notices your hesitancy, so she'll bite you because she doesn't want to fall off your hand, and it can be a vicious cycle. So yeah, they're not animals. I can do a video if you want. Blithering away here. They're not animals that I would say take on lightly. Do lots of research because they are hard work, and she needs company constantly. So, you know, you can't just get one and lock it in a cage and expect it to be happy. She's out all day under a UV lamp. She's got her toys, she's got her foraging toys. We play games. She loves to be beside me. She loves to eat when we're eating. She loves to eat Steve's food. Yeah, So they're quite complex creatures to try and keep them happy. So anyway, that was my lullaby update and a wee chat and a blether about Poppy. And I'll speak to you soon. Bye bye.